Who invented the wheel? What if I told you, one invention changed human history more than almost anything else, yet no one knows who invented it? Not a king. Not a scientist. Not even a civilization. Even stranger, humans spent millions of years surviving without it. They hunted mammoths, built villages, sailed across rivers, and even raised massive stone monuments, before anyone thought of putting a circle on an axle. So why did humanity wait so long to invent something that seems so incredibly obvious? The answer is far more surprising than you think. If the wheel is such a brilliant idea, why doesn't nature use it? Think about it. Birds fly. Fish swim. Cheetahs run. Spiders climb. After billions of years of evolution, not a single animal has ever evolved a true wheel. Because a wheel isn't just a circle, it has to spin freely around an axle while the rest of the body stays connected. Nature never solved that engineering problem, which meant humans couldn't simply copy it. They had to imagine it completely from scratch, and that may have taken longer than almost any other famous invention in history. For thousands of years, people moved everything the hard way. They dragged giant stones across the ground, carried heavy loads on their backs, or rolled objects over wooden logs, picking up each log from the back and placing it in front again, over and over and over. Slow? Absolutely. But it worked. And when something works, people rarely rush to replace it. That's why entire civilizations could build enormous monuments without ever inventing the wheel. Then, about 5,500 years ago, in ancient Mesopotamia, everything changed, but not because someone wanted faster transportation. Instead, someone wanted to make better pottery. Potters discovered that spinning a flat stone disc made it much easier to shape perfectly round clay pots. The first breakthrough wasn't a vehicle. It was a spinning table. And then someone had one of the greatest ideas in human history. If this platform can spin, why can't the whole thing move? That single question may have changed civilization forever. The first carts looked nothing like today's vehicles. Their wheels were carved from thick, solid pieces of wood, heavy, clumsy, and slow. But surprisingly, the wheel itself wasn't the difficult part. The real genius was the axle. Imagine drilling a perfectly centered hole through a wooden wheel, then making an axle that fits so precisely that it spins smoothly without falling apart. Too tight, and the wheel locks. Too loose, and the cart shakes itself to pieces. Thousands of years before precision tools, ancient craftsmen somehow figured it out. That was the real invention. And once they did, the world sped up. Farmers carried bigger harvests. Merchants traveled farther. Trade routes stretched across continents. Ideas spread faster than ever before. Empires expanded. Economies exploded. And over the centuries, that same simple principle powered water wheels, windmills, clocks, factories, cars, trains, airplanes on their landing gear, and even the robotic rovers exploring Mars today. All because someone learned how to make one wooden wheel spin smoothly around one wooden axle. Here's the biggest surprise of all. The wheel wasn't invented because people wanted to travel faster. It wasn't invented for war. Or for trade. It began with something far more ordinary, someone trying to make a better clay pot. History's greatest revolutions don't always begin with grand ambitions. Sometimes they begin in a dusty workshop, with a simple question that nobody had ever thought to ask. What if this could roll?